Hey guys, I know I've not been posting as much on my channel as I should. I'm eventually going to get the hang of it, and then I'll give you a lot more content. Now today, I want to speak about Galamsey. Alright. Between 2017 and 2022, I worked on a $4 million Rotary and USAID grant for WASH, going all over Ghana, drilling boreholes, building toilets in schools, and education on hygiene, basically. A lot of things to do with WASH. Now, in the Western region, I was saddened at the state of water bodies all over the place. You'd go into the Western region, and right from Takoradi onwards, all the water bodies had this milky brown color, and most of it, all of it, was caused by Galamsey, the use of chamfangs on the water bodies and everything. Beyond that, there was also the issue of going into schools and finding a lot of guys were not coming to school because the young boys had found that Galamsey paid more than sitting in class, and so they were skipping school to go work on Galamsey sites. Yeah, once upon a time, I remember when we did a campaign about send the girl child to school. I guess at some point we'll be campaigning to send the boy child to school, because they're all about chasing money and forgetting about the repercussions. The sad part is all of these communities have chiefs, and whether it is ignorance or greed, most of them are not doing anything about it. Some chiefs think they are powerless because the people that are mining have more money and influence more, even with the security agencies. I'm sorry, Mr. President, Nana Akufo-Addo, if people do not believe you when you say you're fighting Galamsey, because we've heard it before. And I remember at the peak of when the hype was about your Galamsey task force, I was going into these communities and I was seeing very active large-size mining sites right next to, or Galamsey sites, right next to police checkpoints and military and everybody walking about, and nobody was doing anything about it. We heard all the fuss about excavators getting destroyed and everything, but from where most of us sit, it probably targeted the competition and wiped them out to the benefit of those who were favored. And so, Mr. President, you need to do a lot more to convince us that you actually want to do something about it. We've seen police and media people being confronted by armed personnel from the Ghana Armed Forces and others who are protecting these Galamseyers, and you start thinking, in what world is this acceptable? Now, I understand the situation with the protests over the weekend, and I do not condone it. I mean, which human being thinks it's normal to stick your hand into a police car and throw keys away and not have any repercussions? It was out of line. But Mr. President, people are angry. People are very angry, as we all should. And it most likely will get worse before it gets better. Now, some of us are privileged enough to remember Nana Akufo-Addo of Kumi Preko demonstration, and I don't know what happened to him. But I hope he remembers the words of our national anthem that says, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. And the other part of it which says, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore. Your Excellency, to allow Galamseyers and the armed forces that protect them to walk, whilst being quick to arrest protesters and refusing them bail, even though the people doing Galamsey are giving bail, Mr. President, qualifies as oppression. It isn't too late to do something about it. And Your Excellency, it's not like you even have another term. You know, save save the party and save the country by not having to wait for whoever takes over from you to do it, because it will make you unpopular when you stop the Galamsey because of the sheer masses that are involved in Galamsey. But then, as you do not have another term, it will be the perfect time to stop Galamsey, and the people will back you. Against all the things that have gone wrong under your watch, this is the one thing that you can curb that will benefit everybody. And even though some may dislike you for it, the masses will praise you for it. It's not too late. The fight is not just for us, but for generations to come. Galamsey must stop now. My name is John Michael, and I stand against Galamsey. Ugu City Fie.